Avatar Roku could have been the very first human rainbow firebender, and by that I mean if you haven't read the Roku novels, you're in for quite a few spoilers. You see, in the chapters of the Reckoning of Roku novel, it was shown that there was a cave in the Fire Islands that could amplify bending because it was filled to the brim with immense spiritual energy. Benders of all kind in this cave saw their bending powers grow to the level of an avatar in the avatar state. That's how powerful your bending became in this cave. And a young Roku, who was still a novice at being the avatar, who was just learning how to bend his second element, air, entered these caves and saw his bending powers erupt to a level that he was not yet ready to control. Like, for example, blasting himself back unconscious from a backfiring blast of blue flames that he managed to conjure up by accident while he was in this cave. Or how much later on in the novel where he allowed his flames to get as hot as they could be while in this cave, where they erupt to a point where they became a wave of iridescent flames. Translation, they became rainbow flames. And as we true Avatar fans know, the only benders that were ever able to create iridescent flames were the original firebenders, aka the dragons. And Azula is the only firebender we know of that's ever been able to create blue flames, being a visual symbol of her prodigious firebending abilities and power, and showing how only a rare few firebenders throughout the history of the Fire Nation could even hope to be able to produce and bend blue flames. And to show even Sozin himself, while being a prodigious firebender, was still not able to produce blue flames unless he was in these caves, just goes to show also how much power was given to Avatar Roku while he was in this cave. And goes to show that he might have very well been the very first human and avatar to be able to ever generate and bend rainbow flames.
Shortly after Kyoshi was revealed to be the Avatar, she joined a gang of criminals known as the Flying Opera Company. One of the gang's members was Lao Ji, an infamous assassin who taught Kyoshi about assassination and spirituality. However, Lao Ji's biggest claim to fame was his immortality. He asserted he had discovered the secret to immortality. Lao Ji claimed he extended his life by keeping order within his body. The aging process causes the body to fall out of order as individual parts begin to break down. These small amount of damage and disorder adds up until the body eventually dies. To stop this from happening, all a person in the world of Avatar has to do is repair the damage and reorganize their body. The method Lao Ji used to repair his body was concentrated meditation. He took inventory of his body and simply put all of the small parts of himself that had fallen out of order back. Through sheer mental strength and focus, Lao Ji stopped his body from aging and gained a form of immortality. He could still be killed by another person or from enough physical damage, but he would never expire from old age alone. This method also means that a person's body will never change either. Their body will always stay in the state it is when they first start their inventory. As long as the inventory maintained, their body will remain stagnant forever. This would explain why Kyoshi's spirit appears youthful rather than elderly, like Avatar Roku, who died at an old age.
And with only ever being used by 2 earthbenders in history, it is very much similar to flight and airbending. And through such a rare and coveted earthbender ability, not only would you be able to outlive your enemies, but you would have plenty of time to be able to stock up on resources and allies to the point where you would have been able to build an entire secret army to be able to take over any type of kingdom or country. And created by the earthbending assassin Lao Ji, he claimed his method behind it was by keeping one's body in order through consistent mental concentration, for which he passed all his knowledge to the powerful avatar Kyoshi, who then went on to use it to save the Earth Kingdom and keep the world in balance.
Avatar Kuruk. When is this boy gonna get a novel of his own? We know it's coming, because Avatar Kuruk was one of the 4 past avatars that both Avatar Aang and Avatar Korra consulted with through the Avatar cycle before it got rebooted. Because he's also such an interesting character, where he was once thought to be one of the worst avatars, was really protecting our world from dark spirits because of the decisions and actions of Avatar Yangshin. Plus, I would just like to know if he developed any powerful secret techniques, because in every Avatar novel that has been released from Kyoshi and Yangshin to Roku, it's revealed that these avatars in their lifetimes develop powerful techniques that most people don't even know about.
So who knows, Avatar Korra could have developed a powerful technique for hunting dark spirits. And as mentioned before, we've already done the past 3 avatars that both Aang and Korra have been able to talk with. The only one that's left out is Kuruk. So Kuruk is definitely the one coming up after the second Roku novel. And I'm excited to know because maybe he learned how to shoot lightning like the rare few firebenders in his era. And imagine an avatar shooting lightning in the avatar state? Or maybe he learned some secret spirit bending technique that could put even Makitak, the creator of spirit bending, or even Unalaq, a spirit bending aficionado, to shame. Give this video a like and tell me your thoughts in the comments below.
She could form circular air currents strong enough to even move the sky. She continued to hone her airbending skills even after her formal training had ended. A signature technique she used was using her bending to raise her voice in order to attract attention to herself. She also knew the vile technique of removing air from a room in order to suffocate someone, though her pacifist philosophies meant that she only did this so someone would feel dizzy or pass out, and always return the air before death could follow. Another bending ability that was unique to Avatar Yang Chen was bending-assisted screaming, powerful enough to deafen people at close range and create powerful blasts of wind. She developed through this a forbidden airbending technique where she could use her airbending to increase the pitch and volume of her voice, using it as a weapon. She once screamed so loud she shook the spirit oasis without being in the Avatar state.